Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another beautiful Better Living show. I'm really excited about today. Why? I love one-on-ones with amazing people, and today is like no other. I'm so glad to have Kambua on the show, Kambua Muziki, all right? And we're so excited. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Kobi. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so happy to be having breakfast with you.
Yes, thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
You look amazing.
So do you, Kobi.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back a little bit in time. Let's go back to one of your favorite songs.
Yes.
Tell us why this is one of your favorite songs.
Nishikilia is one of my favorites because it was my starting song.
Yeah.
I had done a song before that, but people never quite got to know about it. So Nishikilia is a song that people got to know Kambua through. And it's also, I think it's like my life story that, you know, it comes from Psalms 23. About God being my shepherd, walking with me even through difficult times. And that's my story, because life is about the ups and the downs, but that God is constantly with us and is shikiliaing me. So Nishikilia is really close to my heart.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? You've just set the tone, I think, for this entire show.
Okay.
That's exactly the theme, and I want you guys to set your minds right. We're going to be encouraging you this morning, talking about this wonderful woman and her great music. And let's go back to the beginning. Take a look at Nishikilia. All right, I love it, Ma. Amazing. When you look that far back, when you started out, when you were kind of fresh in Kenya in the industry, and how far you've grown now with this wonderful new song, Count Your Blessings, how do you feel?
You know, Kobi, honestly, I'm overwhelmed by what God has done in my life, because I remember that time when I was so green and I was trying to get out there and listen to my music, trying to get people to listen to my music, and just watching from the first time. I remember the first time I had my song on radio and how I felt, to just being able to put out another song and another project, and getting to times when I wondered, do I even have the money to do this project, you know? And to look back and see that it's been almost 9 years of just God's favor and leading me from point A to B, it overwhelms me. It overwhelms me, and I realize that it also reminds me that I didn't call myself to this. God actually called me to it, because if you call yourself to stuff, you'll give up. I've had every reason to give up, but God has sustained me and has continued to put that fire in my belly to do what I do.
That's amazing. And one of the things I love about you is that you're very kind of grounded in your music, and there's no flailing, there's no, you're very true, especially to your craft. Not just the message for it, but it seems that you put a lot of effort in terms of the sound, the arrangement, the look and feel of this, and the impact of what this song will be like. Tell me a little bit about that side of things and why you're so particular.
Well, I went to music school, that's one, because I felt the need to invest in my craft. Because we, especially in Africa, music is usually, we're born with music in us, you know, but we think that that's enough. I don't need to study music because I can sing, or I taught myself how to do this, so I don't need to study. But there's something about just learning, whatever it is. So I decided to go to music school, not because I couldn't sing, but because there's people who know a lot more than I do. And even just getting to interact with other musicians from across the world really opened up my mind, and you realize, oh my goodness, I know just a little bit of what there is to know. So what music school did for me is it made me want to put excellence in my work. So when I do my projects, I want to make sure that by the time it gets out there and people hear it, I'm not cringing like, oh my gosh, did I sing that? You know, or why did that shot go out on air? I want to be able to look at it and say, okay, this is actually the best that I could have done at this time. You know, so when I look back, even say at Nishikilia, I'm like, okay, the budgets were of course much lower.
Everyone's green and eager.
So there's a difference with, say, Count Your Blessings and Nishikilia video, but I'm proud of it because it was the best that I could do at that time. So I feel that growing is important, but constantly just giving at whatever season, giving the best that I can at that time.
Yeah, and absolutely, and it's obviously shown in terms of your fan base, in terms of your growth, obviously.
Yes.
When you look at the industry and how it was for you in the beginning, and now that you even do a show, a gospel show, and seeing how it's grown, seeing how social media has impacted that, talk to me a little bit about that side of things and how you balance everything.
You know, the industry has grown in leaps and bounds. It's exciting, you know. When I was putting out music, there was maybe like 2 at most gospel shows at that time. Now there's like multiple places to take your music to. There's YouTube, there's all these places. So we don't even have an excuse of, you know, Kobi's not playing my music. There's so many avenues to push the music. So for me, it's an exciting time to be alive, and it's an exciting time to be a creative. And also the fact that the world is listening to Africa, you know?
Yes, it's our time, girl.
It's our time.
It's our time.
So, you know, Kambua is really excited to just to show the world what Kenya has, what Africa has, but also to just be true to my inner voice of what I want to communicate through my music.
Absolutely. When you look at you've grown up and lived in Canada, when you look at that side of your life, when you look at how important and how professional they take everything, and some of the shortcuts that happen here, and because there is a lot of that, a lot of artists who feel disenfranchised, a lot of people who feel underpaid, undervalued, and sometimes it actually just goes back to that drawing board of who are you working with, and how do we make this professional, so every output, every deliverable actually has a return, and maybe perhaps that's what's happening to the industry. When you look at that and the kind of people that you surround yourself with, I know Jay Blessing is someone you work with, he does some of your videos. Talk to me about surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals and what that's important in anything that you do.
You know, what like-minded people do to you is they sharpen what you have. And you know, so yes, I've worked with Jay Blessing, I've worked with Sammy D, people who are excellent in their work, and so I cannot give anything less than what they're bringing to the table. I have lived, you know, in the Western world, studied there and seen how people do this thing. They take it seriously. You know, music is taken seriously. Even the fact that when I went to music school, Kobi, the people I was in class with started studying music from when they were really little, you know? So when Kambua was struggling to understand how to read music, it came so easy for these people. And I thought, okay, when I go back home, which is why I'm here, is to bring a change and to one, let people know that you can make a career out of the creative arts, music, and encourage parents if they see something in their kids from when they're really young, to start to nurture it from that time, you know, and not to take things for granted. For I think my kid likes to sing. If your kid likes to sing, or you know, or introduce them to an instrument from when they're little, you're setting them up for such amazing things. So I have learned to work with people who are also seeing a bigger picture than what has been set up for us, because there's a lot more out there that we can reach for.
The message is also a big deal for you, because it's really about impact. And as you said earlier, you're an instrument who's literally being used. Talk to me about how you come up with some of these impactful words, some of your lyrics, some of the messages that really you hope as you're writing them that this reaches even one person. Talk to me about that process.
You know, Kobi, there's so much despair among people and so much negativity around, and for me, I've always felt that I'm meant to be a voice of hope to people. You know, that you listen to my song and it will pick you up, whether it's physically that you're unwell or emotionally or whatever, that you listen to the music and it will breathe life to you. So my creative process involves some of my life situations, you know, going through stuff and what I would have wanted someone to say to me at that time, or what I felt that God put in my heart at that time. So I put that down, and what I believe is that if the music is speaking to me, then it will speak to you. You have to be able to take your own medicine, not just writing songs that you know, don't speak to, I'm not removed from my craft.
Right.
I believe every word that I sing, knowing that if it's changing my life, it's bound to change your life as well. And it doesn't matter, even if, because when we do music, sometimes you think, oh, is it a hit? It only had, I don't know, 20,000 views in a year, but it was meant for somebody, you know? And there's another song that you will have, I don't know, 500,000 views. So it's not, I've learned not to look at, to gauge a song by how many people are talking about it or how many people have watched it, but by the fact that even if it was for one person, that person got to hear it and the change that they were meant to experience actually happened.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So, Han, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
When we come back, we'll be touching on issues to do with social media and, of course, talking about her new hit single, Count Your Blessings, which I'll be showing that to you in a bit as well. But for right now, we take a quick break and we say thank you very much to Azure Hotel, which is where we're having breakfast. It's pretty here.
Yes, I love it.
It is so lovely, and the staff are amazing. All right, we're right here on Lantana Road in Westlands, and we're very, very grateful for this morning. Right now, we take a break. Don't go anywhere. We're back with Kambua. And we are back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm having coffee and tea with the wonderful Kambua. I'm such a huge fan of you.
Oh, thank you.
Really, I am. And even yesterday, last night before I went to bed, I went through your Instagram.
Yes.
And I love it because it has so many encouraging quotes and you always look so nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's really lovely just to see kind of that side of your life.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about social media and how you handle all of it.
You know, I've learned that social media, first of all, is a place where there's a lot of, it's like the space where you can be whatever you want to be, almost. Yeah. So it's good and bad. I've had to learn how to find the balance between not putting out a Kambua that is non-existent, you know, just being real, being as authentic as I can be, and also making my social media a place where you go to, just like my music, and find something to pick you up,
right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because there's so much negativity on social media, and it's gone to like a whole new high in Kenya. I don't know why. There's more and more trolling of people, more hate,
anger.
It's so much anger, you know, and I feel that it's also a reflection of the things that people are going through. People are hurt, people are angry, and you find a place to just project your insecurities and your whatever, which is rather unfortunate.
Absolutely.
You know, so what I've learned to do with that is to one, understand that Kambua, it has nothing to do with you,
right?
You know, it has nothing to do with the kind of person that I am or what I do. It's actually issues that people have that they're projecting in that way.
Right.
I also feel like I've likened that kind of thing, you know, media trolling and that kind of negativity to, you know, a couple of years back, mob justice was really big in Kenya on the streets.
Yes.
Whether, you know, you just hear Mwizi, you don't even know if it's the right person, but whoever the guys would say, this is a guy, would be stoned to death. Yeah. And we've taken that to the internet, and it's such a shame. I think as a society we need to do better and find a way to project or say, even if I have something to say about you, Kobi, I can say it respectfully. So there's times when I ignore it, I leave it be, you know, you have your day. Yeah. There's times when I will delete your comment because I'm thinking you really did not have to come to my page to say that. You could say that on your space.
Right. Yes, exactly. And you're using your bundles, your time, your energy to come on my page and spew hate.
Imagine that. You're creating pseudo accounts to make it look like the whole of Kenya, you know, things like this.
Imagine.
It's so sad. So there's times when I've blocked people as well.
Me too.
Because you're just a negative person, you know, and I don't want to engage with that kind of negativity. So I've learned to rise above that kind of stuff and do what I'm doing, and I know that regardless of what you do, whether it's good or bad, people will have something to say anyway.
Exactly.
Yes, so I take it as it comes. I take it as it comes.
But it's hard. I mean, because I've seen the back end of it, and it's not great when you think you're doing your best, and then there's this person who comes on. Yes. I want especially young people to understand that a lot of these moments, they might think, oh, Kambua looks so perfect, Kobi looks so nice, they look so happy. Yes. It's curated. It's supposed to look like that.
Yes.
You know, it's social. It's our album that maybe 20 years from now you'll
planned.
come back. It's
intentional.
I'm not going to put a sad day on there.
No.
No, you know.
I won't wake up looking raggedy and put it on there.
Exactly. Exactly. You're going to look fabulous, and so
Yes.
that you can present yourself as your best.
Yes.
And I think a lot of young people need to understand that what they're seeing a lot of times is not the reality, and a lot of times we don't even know what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Exactly.
You know, and so it's important that I think there's that balance. There's that balance.
Right.
You know?
It's a balance that we need to find, you know, and I was just thinking back, even as a younger girl, I had to come to realize that what I see out there, you know, what you see on the magazines, what you see on social media is not, should I call it, truth.
No, it's not reality.
It's not reality, that's the
Yeah.
word. It's not reality. So you can't live your life with that kind of pressure for, I need to look like this, my life has to be like this, you know, white picket fence and 2 dogs, and you know, that's an image that is intentionally created to for brands and for, you know, to sell what
and
we
to push
do
a certain
and to push
agenda or
agendas.
objective.
Yes, so it's very intentional. So take that pressure off of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to encourage anyone who's out there who does that, and you're watching, or you know somebody who does. We know you. We have so many blogs, people. It's too much. Twitter wrote to me the other day saying, "You're almost at capacity."
There's a capacity.
There's a capacity of people you can block. Yes, and I also report when it's really ugly.
Yes.
But when it's sometimes I actually decide I'm just going to encourage this person because they seem to be going through a hard time. I just want to say very clearly right now, if you are one of those people, be encouraged that whatever anger, whatever hate, whatever thing that you're going through, you have to just get over that. Yes. And there has to be healing.
Yes.
There has to be healing that comes with that.
Yeah.
Kambua, you're human, and a lot of sometimes the things that they're personal, and it's really unwarranted.
Yes, yes.
But you know what I like? I like your song Bado Nasimama, because you have done that.
I have.
Regardless of all of that,
Yes.
you've just stood your ground. You've remained very focused, and I salute you this morning for that.
Thank you, Kobi. Thank you so much.
Tell me about this song that we're about to see.
So it really was about that. It was I had done maybe 5 or so years in the industry, and I needed a message to encourage myself, you know, and to know that regardless of what the journey looks like, I'm committed to finish strong. So, and it's just to encourage everybody who listens to it that go through it, put one foot in front of the other and keep going, and by the grace of God you will finish strong.
Absolutely. And here it is. I hope this song touches you in the right way. Take a look. I love it. Good stuff, Kambua.
Thank you.
And it's so good to see you in this different. I love your hairstyles.
Oh,
you're that chick, right?
Thank you.
Different hair all the time.
Look at your hair.
I'm keeping this one.
It.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you. I love the look. I love everything.
Thank you.
One of the things that I really wanted to talk about is to young people. I know every single weekend you get a chance to dive into their lives, to encourage them, to talk to them. How are they doing? I feel like young people are a bit confused right now.
Young people are very confused right now, you know, because of everything that's been going on as a country. And what we have decided to do intentionally is not to just, you know, say nyamazia tu itapita kind of thing.
Exactly.
Is to let's talk about it. You know, how are you feeling? So we talk to them, we ask them about politics, what they think about our leaders and everything. And you know, especially I'm really grateful about where we are right now. But there's that sense of guys feeling there's some disappointment because I was really gunning for this one, you were really gunning for this one, we had so much energy, and then now you've just shaken hands and that's it and you've moved on.
Yeah, exactly. Left us in the rain.
Yeah, so what do we do?
Right.
So young people are kind of like in a place where they don't know how to feel about themselves and about the leaders and that kind of thing, and trying to just find their place.
Right.
You know, and what I'd say is just know what you stand for, and also realize that just the same way we're talking about social media, even when I look at politics, a lot of it is very well orchestrated, you know, and don't get so invested as an individual in these things that you lose yourself.
Right.
You know, have an opinion that is yours.
Right.
You know, and but separate yourself from, you know, feeling like mimi tunakufia team. You know,
exactly.
kind of thing.
Exactly. We're individuals.
We're individuals.
With individual purposes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But overall, even if we have different opinions, the overall thing should be what is good for Kenya, you
right?
know? And what am I adding as a young person to this country? You know, what am I investing as a young person? Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. And you know what? That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to encourage you. If you're a young person feeling a little bit out of sorts, you're not feeling like you know what your identity is or your purpose, here's some spoken word as we take a quick break with Kambua. When we come back, counting your blessings. Have you been complaining? You complain, you remain.
Yeah.
It's so true.
I like that.
Yeah, you complain, you remain.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody. And we're back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Today's show is about counting your blessings, and that's the #1 hit single in my book.
Aww,
girl, you're #1.
Thank you, Kobi.
I love this song. I love this song. I've been playing it in the car.
Yes?
It's awesome.
Oh,
yes, absolutely amazing. We're so happy to be here with you this morning and this new chapter. Tell me about your 2018 so far. How is that going?
You know, so far so good. So 2018 started with a lot of negativity, you know, and I was like, every time I've realized this, Kobi, that every time there's like a lot of opposition, there's something that God wants to do. And usually, and I'm not trying to spiritualize this thing, but usually the enemy is also aware of it when something good is coming your way. So I knew I had to like sit tight and ride the wave, because I started the year just knowing for a fact that I need to consistently put out my music. There's so much that I want to say through my music. I'd had about 2 years of just a complete creative blackout after I lost my dad, and you know, nobody prepares you for grief. So I allowed myself to go through that, and sometimes I wondered, would I get back? Would that voice that causes me to write, would it come back? Because it was quiet for a while. So towards the end of 2017, I knew that God was getting me back to that place. I was writing more and I was back in the studio. So I was really excited to start the year. So anyway, when I you know, put out the song, I remember thinking to myself, aha, this is it. This is a confirmation of what I have been feeling, because I wrote this song, and I thought, okay, you know, some people might listen to it, some people might like it. Some, you know, I wasn't sure. I'm actually never too sure about how my music will be received. I take chances with it, but when I see the response, I realize that God, you really are up to something. And Count Your Blessings is just me also just saying, telling people that I'm putting out a lot more. They should expect more and more consistently. No excuses from Kambua.
Nice. Okay, without further ado, let's take a look at this amazing song, amazing video.
Thank you.
You'll tell me about that. All right, take a look, everybody, at Count Your Blessings. Really good message there. Tell me a little bit about the concept of this video and the people that you picked. Why them? I like that little girl with the big hair.
Oh,
she's so cute.
Yes, Mombi. So, you know, I picked Sammy D to do the video for me, because I love his work ethic, and he's such a creative person. So we sat down together with Moji of Kileta, because he's also very creative. I knew what I wanted to communicate, you know, because Kobi, we have, sometimes you get so overwhelmed by life and you're caught up asking God to give you this, give me this, give me this, and you fail to acknowledge what he's already done. So I needed us to bring that out on the video. So when we started the casting, I thought, first of all, there's 3 girls, or actually 4 girls, who did the background vocals on the actual recording. And I thought these girls have to be on the video. So there's Karira, who's an artist, there's Kendi Nkonge, who's an artist, there's Kavi, who's also coming up, Annette Tenaya, who couldn't make it for the video. And then now we started casting everybody else. So yeah, Mombi is one of them, girl with the big, beautiful hair. She's my friend's niece. There's Old Boy, who's an actor, who's been an actor for many years in Kenya. There's Masterpiece, who's an actor. And, you know, all these people, a collection of some who are just my friends. Becky, Steve, you know, people around me.
And a representation of us, society, right?
Just different people representing different, you know, situations. And I loved that we didn't have to say, you know, you need to act and bring out this. They were so natural. Like the cameras were rolling and I'm like, oh yeah. So, and no, especially for the ones who haven't been on screen, I'm like, have you done this before? Like, it was so believable. I loved it. So we did that, and you know, thanks also to Kevin Muley, who's my friend, who has made it possible for me to use his studios at M Studios, so we could just paint it whatever color we want, and you know, so it was really just a very fun and exciting project.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Very well done.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of something new. You're trying to dive back almost full time into your music. Tell us a little bit about what to expect coming up.
More singles.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping, because for a long time I have said Kambua will do a concert, and I've never really done it. So this is the year for me to do that.
Okay.
I just want to do the things that I have second guessed myself about and
been
like
putting
too terrified and put off for so long. So this is it. But for now, for the next couple of months, I just want to put out more singles. I'm working on some collaborations as well.
Yeah.
There's a gentleman from Tanzania called Paul Clement. We did a song together. So yeah, I'll be putting out more and more music this year,
amazing.
2018.
Oh, we are so happy. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time to tell us about what's happening with you.
Yes.
And we're so excited about everything that's going to happen for you this year. Say hi to Mr. Matthew.
I will.
I meet him and he's always so friendly. He's such a lovely dude. Thank you.
Yes, I will
say a
hi.
big hello to the whole family. Thank you, Kambua.
Thank you,
God
Kobi.
bless you. And thank you for encouraging young people. All right, guys, log on to social media platforms where Kambua Muziki, that's the brand. I like that. You came up with that?
I did.
I like that a lot. It works. It works very well.
Good.
Yes. Log on to social media platforms, of course, where we will let you know much more about this amazing woman, what she's doing, and we'll connect you to her on our social media platforms as well. And today, we just say a very big thank you. And of course, since it's her day, we're ending with another one. What is another one of your favorite songs?
Okay, we can finish with Usiku na Mchana.
I love that.
Yeah, it's upbeat and nice. It's also different from what people used to think
nice.
Kambua was about. So
Okay.
yeah, we can finish with
Fantastic.
that one. Yeah.
Wonderful. Here we go, Usiku na Mchana. Thank you for joining us, everybody. See you right here tomorrow for another awesome show. Bye-bye.
Yeah.